Hello, hi guys, let me get ready. It's time to get ready. It's time to shoot this video. I hope you're good. How are you? Jamboni saseni bonsoir. I hope you're having that power. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow I'm working. Friday we are in it guys. There is no all over, and this video is going to be very interesting because it's about something really hard, and I believe there is somebody out there who's going to get inspired. So guys, for those who don't know me, my name is Alea Mogore Ditman. I have a YouTube channel, Leah the Dream Chaser. Just in case you haven't subscribed, gonga that button. Let's do this thing together. Let's roll this thing together. Guys, I'm just out here to motivate, inspire somebody out there. There is something that I usually say and I'll never stop saying. It's never too late, but don't wait too long. Sometimes we wait way too long to get all the answers before we can get started. Sometimes you get the answers along the way. I don't know if you got that right. Sometimes you get the answers as you move. So you can imagine if you've been waiting at a certain point just for you to see how many people are first going to make it before you can start. And you can try to imagine if you started with them, you could get there with them. Don't wait too long. Get started. You'll never get all the answers. You'll never be sure enough. Some things are worth taking the risk. Think about it. Know why you want to do it. Do you like it? Are you doing it because somebody else is doing it? Is it a passion that you have? Just know why. If you make the right choice, sometimes even choices are never right. Guys, God in it all. Let's do this thing. Let's rock. I love Amsterdam. I love you guys. I love everything about everything, and I'm so excited. 2021, we are here to rock, to do this thing. So let's be together, guys. Remember to subscribe just in case you haven't subscribed. My hype is a bit high. I don't know why, guys. This week was so tough. It was so tough. Nobody can believe. It's I remember on Tuesday morning, okay, Monday normally we are free, but from next week not anymore. We booked in for the Mitsubishi company. We'll be offering lunch for about 2 hours from 11:45 to 1:45. So from Monday we are busy again, but until then, guys, let me tell you, Mondays and Thursdays have been my free days. Today is my free day, and that's why I'm even shooting this video, because I feel I still have that energy left and I don't want to wait until it's wasted. And that's why I'm back, guys. On Tuesday we were leaving for work, and I just woke up and everywhere was white. There was so much snow. As you can see on the thumbnail, I had to put this because this is the picture that I got when I woke up. And you can imagine pulling that truck together with the kites, like 16 meters, pulling that thing, and then you break, and then the whole thing just pushes you to the front. And I'm like, God, was this the right choice? Did I think about my business idea? I quit my job in October, though I've been doing this as a side hustle. It was a part-time job. It was a part-time job for about 4 years, and 1 year ago I decided to quit my job to do this. And when I quit my job, it was shortly after summer, so there was no snow, guys. There was no snow. And you can imagine on Tuesday I was asking myself, so what am I going, like, how is this thing going to work? And remember, guys, my job, what I do, my husband is in it, but on the side, I do it fully. I drive the trucks, I pull the trucks up and down. Of course, he helps me. When I'm around this place, he comes and tries to check what he could do with us. With the others, I usually have 1 or 2 people along with me who we work together. He helps me, but it's me who chose. I quit my job. He's employed. I quit my job to do this, so I really have to invest a lot of me in it, though he helps me. You'll hear in the video about entrepreneurship, choices to make, choices not to make, the hardships, the truth, things that never told, people never speak about them, but we entrepreneurs go through these things. So guys, stay tuned. Let's do this thing together. Guys, let me be very honest. Entrepreneurship can be a very lonely field. You know why? When you slept, woke up and thought it's time for you to become an entrepreneur, it's you who had this. Unless you have a friend, not a friend, you have a business partner that you sat and decided to start up something together. Be happy. If it's working, if you have a business partner, 2, 3, 4 people, and it's working, you're getting along, no fighting, there is no misunderstanding, which sometimes even helps. It's sometimes there, actually it's always there. For me, I'm all alone. My job, I'm just the one who decides what I want to do with the help of God. And my husband, that I usually ask a lot of times, what do you think? Though sometimes I tend to, I must say, I must be very honest. There are times I ask my husband, do you think I should go for this event, for example, in Switzerland? And he'll start asking you, it's so far, think if you were around here. But I'm somebody, I like risking. I just love this risking everything. It makes me feel, I don't know, strong. There is something about it. There is about taking a risk. Yeah. So guys, I want to go back to loneliness. Entrepreneurship can be a very lonely field. When you woke up, when I woke up and said to myself, 2019 in August, I thought to myself, I want to quit my job, because the company had done so well in 2019 until August. And I thought, if I quit my job and then 2020, gets to be like 2019, okay guys, I was just seeing myself with like 20 trucks packed all over, you know. The pandemic came, but I've not given up. I'm really inspired. I'm motivated. This thing, we have to do it. We have to get there. I believe that God is getting us to a better place. And when I woke up and thought to myself, it's time to quit my job, guys, I was all alone. I didn't tell my husband immediately. I took my time. The first person I told was my brother in Kenya. Matu, I salute you. You are my friend. You are my brother. You are the best ever, you know. BFF, I'll never want to lose you. We share a lot. You motivate me. I shared it with my brother and I told him I think time has come for me to quit my job. Although my company was a bit aware that I could quit my job because they used to see what was happening the last 2-3 months. Guys, I told you in the previous video, I used to run downstairs because one of my trucks was parked right down where my company was. And whenever I saw there was a queue, I used to run and help like break up the queue, sell with them. It's my break, and after 30 minutes, you'll find me up in the office working. I used to do this, and people realized that I was not fully involved in my job. I was kind of job kidogo and a bit of my business. And towards the last days, guys were expecting and were like, Leah might quit her job, which was really, that's what happened. But I remember when I chose to quit my job, I was all alone. I woke up, I shared it with my brother. I think a week later, I told my husband, I think I'll be quitting my job before the end of the year. And it was like, huh? Because guys, I didn't earn little. I earned pretty well for the 6 hours that I worked Monday to Friday. Don't forget, before I quit my job, I was only working 2 times a week. And my boss couldn't do it once a week. We started with 1 day a week, which was Fridays. And then we went to 2 times a week and then to 3 times a week. And every day I got like, I think it's time for me to say goodbye. And guys, I must be very honest. It was a very, very, very lonely time. I was all alone deciding, thinking, could it be right? Could it be wrong? And just a moment. Could it be wrong? Could it be right? And I must be very honest. When I went to Kenya, because I remember my brother got married in October. When I went to Kenya, I have to hold a moment. I'll continue from here. I'm sorry I had to break a bit. One of our girls was just hanging around. It was kind of disturbing me. I didn't warn her that I was doing a video, but it's okay, guys. We are all human. So I remember my brother was getting married in October. I went to Kenya. And before I went to Kenya, I prayed to God and said, by the time I'm coming back to Germany, I really want to have heard from you. Because I thought Kenya, sun, relaxed, I'll hear of the Lord more. You know, I was like, that will be a moment where I really need a visitation for me to really know if this is the right thing that I want to do. Guys, I went home. I stayed there for 4 weeks. When I came back, I signed off. I resigned my job. I remember Natalia never took my letter. She looked at it. She asked me, what is it? And I told her, it's nothing so good. And she was like, let me not suspect it's what I'm thinking. And it was that what she thought, that I was quitting my job. She didn't take it. She told me for a whole week, I want you to sleep over. I would like to speak to you, your husband. I would like to know why you're quitting. She was even offering me, like, the company would pay for my school. Because when I left my work, I thought I would do my business at the same time study to become a translator. I'm not a translator. I'm a foreign language correspondent. I correspond. I don't translate. Of course I do. I could. And I've done for a couple of people, a couple of incidents where I was called in to come and translate. But to become a certified translator, that's what I thought I would do. I did it for 4 weeks and then I quit because it was way too much. Having workers, something very new, so I quit it. And Natalia, my boss, told me, Leah, we could do this for you. Guys, I want to go back to this part. I was all alone. So when today something happens, remember I'm all alone. First of all, because I chose to do this, and I want to thank God especially for my husband, because guys, you need, if you know you have a partner, you have a friend, somebody that you trust, because many friends also, they are watching you as an entrepreneur. What are you doing? People are out there just waiting for you to fail. And there are those who are waiting to see you make it so that they can start the step. Not everybody is for you. This you have to always know in life. So it can be a very lonely feel because you chose to quit. You never told anybody. And remember, this is your dream. Yeah. And it being your dream, you dreamt it by yourself. You are alone dreaming it. So it might be also hard for people. I try to understand everybody, because everybody would sit and think, why did you start food? Why didn't you do fashion? Okay, I'm into fashion. I love fashion too. Why didn't you do maybe, what else? What can somebody do? There are so many things, you know, even cleaning the streets. You can start up a business. I'll shoot a video soon about business ideas that I have for Germany, for people who are in Germany, who feel I want to do a video for you guys. There are so many things you can do. Anything, you could become a teacher, you could quit your job to become something else. There are so many things that we could do, you know. and you could end up being very lonely. This you have to be very aware. And I want to thank God so much for holding me, for making me believe in him, that I can trust in him, that whenever I'm down, I go back, tell him, God, you remember before I quit my job, I fasted. God, I spoke to you and I told you, I want you to come along with me. I don't want to one day sit and regret, guys, because there are times I used to think, what if things don't work out right? Sometimes you're having stress with workers, you don't know what to do. And I told God, thank you that I can believe in you. Thank you for those years, because it's almost 5. We are going to the 6th year now. And I want to thank him particularly for just helping me to trust in him, for knowing that it's just real, you know. Guys, another thing about entrepreneurship, workers. With workers, you have to be ready to hire and fire. Hire and fire. Trust me, workers can be a problem, especially when you have this thing like when you do it right, you have to pay a lot. And when you do it wrong, guys, you're risking your life, the one you've employed, because there's this thing of wanting to work black. Me, first of all, I say no working black if you're black. Guys, it's crazy. It's a feeling you can't believe. What I personally as Leah go through when I know that I have somebody working for me and she or he is not registered. Guys, this is the worst thing that can happen to any entrepreneur, especially if you're just beginning. There is one thing that I came to realize. Anytime you do wrong things with your workers, you're not going to grow. Because let's assume you have a company and you've employed 4 people and you all give them money without even having, there's nowhere you note that you've given out money. How are you going to claim the tax back? Because normally I see when I give in my tax, the lady, my tax lady checks, okay, Leah, you got, let's say this week, 1,000 euros, and these were expenses, and my workers come under the expenses. But if you can't let her, if you can't show like you had workers that you paid, that means you are paying them and you can't account for that because you don't have anywhere. This is money that you get legally and give it off illegally, as well, not in the right way, I mean. Guys, I think it is a challenge about workers, and I would urge any entrepreneur out there to do his or her thing right, because then you can give your job maybe an year or 2 years to see if you're really growing, because there is no way you're going to know if you're growing if all your workers are black workers, like they work without paperwork. Because how? You know, a company is what you get in, what you give out. At the end of the day, balance and see what the companies get. Then you know if it's growing or not. Because if it's not, companies is either you're growing or you're shrinking. Where are you? You're either here or you're here. Of course, at the beginning you can be somewhere here, but at the end of the year, every physical year, you have to be able to know as a company, as an entrepreneur, where does your company lie? Is it here or is it here? And guys, trust me, workers could sack you if you're doing it wrong. Leave alone the paperwork. If you don't have workers who are going to know your vision, who are going to hold your vision, just workers who come and work, they don't care. You know, for them it's important to apate pesa and they go just to earn money and go. You're going to fail. You need people who are going to understand this is something that Leah has dreamt about. This is something that Leah is doing with a lot of passion. You know, train them with love. For me, my people whom we work together with, that I can say even with the lady that I've lived with as au pairs, I try my best to never have this bossy thing around me, like I'm the boss or something. We are just together, we are colleagues, we do things, we laugh, we have fun, and try to train them, and then try to bring them together. Let them love one another and try to pray that the spirit of gossip doesn't come in between, because workers too tend to gossip a lot amongst themselves against the bosses. This you have to be very careful, that you're very open with them, that you let them know these are things I don't entertain, because if they're doing things you don't entertain, fire them. You know, that's why I'm saying you have to be able to fire and hire. I'm telling you this. I've had a lot of people, you've gone places and you hear people saying, oh, I don't like so-and-so because she doesn't pay the workers well. And I usually ask myself, when you go tarnishing that boss name out there, what are you gaining? Why can't you go back to the boss and tell, I don't find it right that you never paid me my wages? I never sleep with anybody's wage. I don't do this. If you work for me, whether it was a plus or a minus, I have to pay your money. Workers who are watching this, who have worked with me, you can attest. I give and I usually round off to the next figure. And I don't pay what the government asks us to pay. I go beyond, and not just a bit, but much more. Why I do this is because I want you to come in when we're working together. Just feel this is something that you need, that is going to push you and going to push me. You know, guys, workers could pull you really back. And another thing about entrepreneurship, I must be very honest, is about family too. Remember, you're going to be working odd hours. If you have kids out there, that's why for the last 7 years, guys, I must be very honest that I'm really glad that we made the choice of taking au pairs, because they've really helped us. When you're an entrepreneur, you have to work odd hours. It's not like you're employed, you go to work at 8 and come back at 5 o'clock. Because if somebody calls now, guys, I must be very honest with you. If somebody calls and says, Leah, Ibu, guess what? Okay, there's COVID right now, although we are still giving food. Both our trucks are like we are giving out. Like tomorrow I'm working, on Saturday I'll be working, And if somebody calls and says, Leah, there are people out there, like 80 of them, and they'd like to have dinner at 8 o'clock. I don't know what time it is right now, but trust me, if it's doable, like I can pull the truck, there is water, there is electricity, and I'm able to shop and I have 1 or 2 people that we can work together to make this event a success, guys, I'll go. It's very hard for me to say no. I love what I do. What I just don't like is when the people involved, those who are giving me the job, when they are complicated, you know, then I tend to lose the fun in it. And when I don't have fun, I don't do anything. And that's why I say this is just my passion. What I want to say is you're going to work odd hours. You must be aware of this. And then you're also you have to multitask. What does this mean? You have to be able to multitask in entrepreneurship. At the beginning, maybe the company is not doing so well. You've just invested. Some people even take credit for them to be able to run their business. You have to be able to multitask because you are going to be the one maybe doing the accounts. Yeah, you'll do them. You'll write invoices back and forth. You are the one who is you are the family lady at the same time. You are the mama. You are the wife. That means the business is running, you doing 1, 2, 3 things. Because if you bring in a worker for every department, of course, as you grow, it's good that you get help. There is nothing so good like when you have this relief, when you know, I don't have to do this, there is somebody who will do. After every event, imagine if you're the one who is doing the cashier, you're the one serving, you're the one to clean the dishes, you're the one to shop, you'll go crazy. I'm telling you, you'll go crazy. You'll throw timber and people will collect them and build their own houses. Yet it was your dream. You have to be very careful. And you must be able to multitask. You'll be doing this, you'll be doing that, taking orders, shopping, 1, 2, 3 things at the very beginning. You must be aware of this because the moment you just begin and think that at the very beginning you're going to have like 5, 6, 7, 8 workers and the company doesn't do well, you don't even know where you lie, you might end up just paying the workers and there is nothing coming in for the company. Try to multitask when there are small things that you can be able to do at the beginning that are not costing you so much strength and are saving you something small for you to be able to really know where your company lies, that you take it slow by slow. As you continue growing, as the company continue growing, that you bring in people one by one and you do it. Guys, I felt I need to speak about this. I see I'm at 17 minutes. I didn't want to go longer than this. I think there is much, much more that I would love to talk about entrepreneurship. I'm going to be breaking whenever I feel something hitting and like I need to do it. I'm going to speak about it. I still have the food truck part 2 and part 3 to do about the pros and cons. And I also want to do the difference between food trucks and trailers. People don't know this. These are things I would really like to bring out there, but these are different topics, something totally different from what I'm speaking. But just for people who are following me, just who is watching this and thinking, but there is a part of this missing, I haven't forgotten about au pairs, how to get an au pair, the advantages of being an au pair, August, if you want to become a host family, advantages and disadvantages, all this I'm going to be covering. I have a list of things that I want to cover, and guys, trust me, I'll keep you tuned in. Just stay tuned. Log in, subscribe if you haven't, just follow me, check what I have. Maybe it's not for you, maybe it's for a neighbor or a friend, whoever. Let's do this thing together, let's rock it together. Just in case you haven't subscribed, one more time, hit that button. I'm so glad. Thank you for choosing to watch what I'm doing. Thank you for loving what I'm doing. Thank you for everything. I can't thank you guys enough. You can't believe everybody who has subscribed to my channel. This means really a lot to me because it shows me I'm not talking to myself. At the moment I realized I'm over 200. I'm really happy. You can imagine if this, okay, we couldn't fit. If you're in a place where 200 people are seated and watching you, even 10 people, I already get nervous. So 200 people, I can say thank you, God, for making me strong and for giving me the strength just to do this. Guys, thank you so much. Have a very nice evening and looking forward to the next topic very soon. Bye-bye.